Another day, another interview.
Officer Race Tatum just did this sequel interview with now 4 boys on it instead. And I don't know if this makes things much better.
After watching the video clips of ex-Officer Tatum interviewing the young men who were with Nolan Wells on the day he went missing, there was one statement that stuck with me.
Them boys are talking again, and what they said was that they don't like how people turn this into a race issue, and that they made it into a narrative. They talking about us.
Whoever told you to double back on Brandon's show it's just beyond me that this is even something that's even a part of the PR move.
Watch what I've noticed. Keep your eyes on this one and Warren, okay? Watch right after the first question.
What is your thoughts on that phone call to Cito? Some people have gone out and...
Did y'all see it?
The teenagers who were on the boat with Nolan Wells just sat down for another major interview, and the internet is absolutely tearing it apart. Instead of clearing their names, Warren, Jax, and Morgan's latest appearance on the Officer Tatum show has sparked a massive wave of public fury.
Oh, this is a bunch of white guys that killed a black guy.
Nobody said you guys did anything. We're just saying that you lawyered up the day after all of this and you deleted all your social media accounts. That just seems sus.
I also want to say, I think it's so criminal that they took something so anti-racist and flipped it into something super racist.
No, we did not flip this into a racist thing. It's the way your entire town has handled this and treated the mother, and the way the system has treated this, which makes it a racist thing.
Why would we call Cito if we have a dead body on the boat? Why would we call the Coast Guard?
Why would you cancel Cito and the Coast Guard is the real question.
That clip of all of us on the boat, you know, as it's rolling, not rolling, but right there sitting in the water. Why it's on the phone with Cito.
We're still waiting on the metadata. Trent out loud asked TMZ. We're trying to confirm also Race Tatum. If that is the actual video of you guys getting towed, provide the metadata.
If you just murdered your best friend on an island, the dumbest thing you could do would be to call the Coast Guard.
But you canceled the Coast Guard, right? It's like saying I called 911 to save my friend, but then I canceled 911 to save my friend.
These are all American young men, incredible young men.
Who is the Uncle Rico guy, and what does incredible American young men have to do with anything?
And they did a lot more than just that. I won't go through all of it now, but they did a lot of heroic things after the fact, and they did the best they could.
By heroic things, you mean keeping the cell phone, the keys, and deleting all social media accounts and lawyering up?
And they tried for their dear friend. All of their actions are the actions of innocent men, not guilty men.
And out of all of this, I don't hear any of you saying, I hate how Nolan's mom has been treated. You only talk about how you guys have been treated. Also, look at all their body language. It is so off to me. Do you see how they're all staring at whoever's talking like, don't mess it up, don't mess it up, don't mess it up? None of it is making sense. You guys are just making this seem more sus. If it was accidental, what happened to Nolan? That's all we want to know. We're just accusing you of being shitty friends.
True crime creators and casual viewers are doing deep dives into their body language. The public is pointing out the heavy presence of their lawyer, J. Tyler Cox, in the frame. People feel the boys' response felt overly rehearsed, defensive, and lacking genuine, raw emotion, which has only fueled the internet's skepticism.
Right, now these are all American young men, incredible young men. And they did a lot more than just that. I won't go through all of it now, but they did a lot of heroic things after the fact, and they did the best they could.
What is the relevance of referring to these young men as all American boys? What does that have to do with anything? It's as if you're saying that like good, clean-cut, all-American white boys don't do anything wrong, don't commit any crimes, are above reproach and should not be criticized because these are like good kids. But the truth is, even kids that look like that do stuff wrong. The truth is, this is like a racist dog whistle. Why are you guys going after and criticizing and attacking these really good young men? Well, the reason why is because the story and the details don't add up. This young man went missing and ended up dead under very suspicious circumstances. And at the very least, you did do something very odd, which is you left your friend and brother alone on an island by himself, and he did not come home. So referring to them as good American boys who are heroic is just odd. Because it's like you're trying to control the narrative about these young boys and trying to protect them. But do you know who else deserved protection? Do you know who else was a good American young man? Nolan Wells. And he did not make it home. And the family deserves the truth and justice as to why.
Watch what I've noticed. Keep your eyes on this one and Warren, okay? Watch right after the first question.
What is your thoughts on that phone call to Cito? Some people have gone out and...
Did y'all see it? Did you all see them literally lock eyes? I'll do it again slower for you.
People have gone out and...
Warren wasn't ready for him to break eye contact yet. He wanted to say something with his eyes. Speaking of signals, because this guy really thought that nobody would notice. Now, I'm not sure who this guy is, but notice how he's wearing a hat that says Call Cox. Now, y'all remember that Bobby Cox is the mayor of Ocean Springs, and he's friends with these people. Cox is also the name of the lawyer that they hired first. Watch what I caught twice in 4 minutes.
That clip of all of us on the boat, who it is gonna believe what they want to hear. If they want to believe that my friends and I had something.
Oh, I'm sorry. Did we crack your super secret code, dude? We'll just do baseball signals, guys. They'll never suspect. Which is honestly just a testament for how stupid these kids are. They have to have an adult sit in on the interview with them and touch their hat. I can't wait for the rest of this interview.
You all know that I am a licensed mental health professional. And I don't even think you need those qualifications to know this, but it is absolutely not normal for nobody to show any sign of grief for the loss of someone who they say is like a brother to them. No tears, just excuses and clearing your name.
So what do you guys think about that audio?
Well, I can go ahead and say that as you posted that clip of all of us on the boat, you know, as it's rolling, not rolling, but right there sitting in the water, Wyatt's on the phone with Cito.
And this is the photo of the clip, by the way. The same clip that we still haven't seen any metadata to prove that that phone call was happening at the same time that they were apparently already being told by Bart. Because according to Bart and his lawyer, he was already towing them. But we hear Bart's name in the phone call. So was he in another boat towing them, or was he on a boat with y'all? And where's the data to show us the timestamps? Because all we see is somebody on the phone, and that's not to mention that all of the trunks in this original picture don't match all the trunks in the clip that was posted.
In that clip. I mean, he's on the phone. Wouldn't you think that you would have seen no one on the bottom of on the floor or something? Or scrambling around, or everybody in a small space on the boat looking at him or something. I mean, it's just so crazy to think that, why would we call Cito if we have a dead body on the boat? I mean, why would we call the Coast Guard? You know, why would we do the things we did if we know we killed somebody?
I mean, the simple answer to that question is because that's what people do when they're trying to cover something up. I mean, duh. And y'all still haven't answered the question. What do y'all think about the cleaned up audio?
But we fixed the boat and we ran into Fort Bayou, and that's it. The Cito call was completely enhanced, and these people just want to believe what they want to hear.
The Cito call was completely enhanced. Wouldn't that be a good thing? Now, I'm going to assume that that's not what you meant to say. And that's why y'all need to stop doing interviews with Officer BBB and go do interviews with someone like Ben Crump, who's the family's attorney. And we still waiting for answers about why y'all went to Fort Bayou instead of going back to the dock that you needed to go back to go home.
The most polarizing part of the entire interview was that the boys tried to shut down the racial narrative. Warren and Jax claimed Nolan was like a brother, and the race had nothing to do with it. Critics are calling this a classic PR deflection, arguing that using their friendship as a shield doesn't explain the timeline gaps. Even worse, viewers are blasting Brandon Tatum, claiming he uses his platform to protect the boys from systemic scrutiny rather than asking the hard questions a grieving family deserves.
Them boys are talking again, and what they said was that they don't like how people turn this into a race issue, and that they made it into a narrative. They talking about us, about how it was about race, and that this was the most non-racist thing, the most anti-racist thing, meaning that them having a black friend in their group, a friend that they claim to have not treated any different than any of the other people in their groups, as well as Tristan, the only other black kid in their friend group, is the most anti-racist thing. I want them to understand that being friends with a black person does not make you non-racist. I need them and other people like them to understand that talking about the factor of race, the aspect of race, whether or not race was a determining factor in a situation where somebody is now dead in a group of people who don't look like them, is not racism. It's not anti-white. It is based on a repetitive history of behavior and pattern recognition. It is coming from a survivor mentality of having to survive narcissistic abuse that is historically documented, that happens when a certain group of people take a certain individual that has melanated skin by themselves and that person does not come back alive and the rest of them do. I need them to understand and be really real because we know better. We know that when you're that one black friend in the group, you get made fun of, you get the jokes, and they laugh it off. The racism is casual. The racism is in jokes. It's dressed up as poking fun. But we love you, bro. We're just kidding, bro. You know you're my homie. You're my bro. I need y'all to understand something. Just because they were friends does not make them any less anti-black or racist. And I know they don't understand that because I know that they support what they support, they believe what they believe, and they think that it's black folk that are pushing racism at the same time saying we want racism to end. No, Buki. Us talking about race is not pushing racism. Us bringing racial determining factors to the forefront of a conversation and how race has operated within the systems of this city, of this town, of this state, of this nation is not racism. Y'all got it real twisted. So here's what I need people to see what's going on. There is a desperate want for them because now they're acting like, oh, I'm so sorry. I wish Nolan was here. I wish Nolan was here. But we still don't have any answers as to what happened. That was your brother, your friend, your bestie, and you don't know what happened because you left him with a girl who says that no, you didn't leave him with him. The math's not mathing. We're still not getting answers. And of course, we're not going to because this is the podcast they chose to go and have an interview with because they knew he would not ask them these hard questions. Why don't they go and sit with Dr. Umar? Why don't they go and sit with somebody who's going to ask the question, why is this not adding up with what this witness said? Why is this time frame not adding up with this? Why did we hear what we heard in the background of that phone call? Why did y'all cancel Cito? Why did y'all cancel the Coast Guard? Why did you have his phone? Why did his father have to get the police to come and help him retrieve Nolan's keys to his car that was in y'all's parking lot? Like, there are so many questions and no one's asking them the right questions because they're not going to the people and speaking to the people who they know will ask them these questions.
They put their teenagers on this show again and try to justify their actions. In the midst of them being so nonchalant off of freaking Nolan Wells' death. In the midst of them not even knowing Nolan Wells' mother name, like her last name. Called her Mrs. Wells, not even her last name. In the midst of all these things, all these mistakes, just up there just chilling. Foot up, comfortable, chilling. Nolan Wells dead. Teenagers like, yeah, man, he's our brother. But you know, it sucks cause you know, while he's our brother, you know. While he's our brother, the whole media made this a race thing. And it's like, come on, we're not racist. You know, our other black guy will tell you that. Tristan or whatever, Tristan not even here. Our other black friend, hey, I'm not racist. I have a guy best friend. My friends are black. I know a friend that's black. I'm not racist. This is not about race because I know black people. You know, we all treated as brothers. We all treat each other as brothers. I don't see color. I didn't see no color difference from you to you. And stop all the nonsense. Stop the nonsense. We're not dumb. We know y'all say wild black comments. It is what it is. We know you do. We know you make fun of freaking certain situations. We know you do. You can see it all the time. We know you do. Right? Just stop with the freaking propaganda. We are not this naive. Even if you did view Nolan Wells as a brother. Not saying you didn't, not saying you did. Even if you did view him, the fact that you think that this cannot be seen as some type of racial moment where we feel like a whole bunch of white guys are perfectly fine and the only black guy that we see is dead, that's the immaturity that steps in. It's either you so wet behind the ears that you are completely blind to racism or you're completely blind to what's going on in Mississippi and Mississippi history, which I understand if you are.
Your thoughts on that phone call to Cito?
Well, I'm glad that you asked, Officer Tatum. My thoughts are that Cito call revealed a lot of BS. You mean to tell me I didn't hear? Oh my God! Damn it, Bart! Wake the fuck up, Nolan! You know what else my thoughts are? That if they were anybody else, sons of poor people, not the sons of judges and doctors, whether they were white or black, but especially if they were black, they would have already been arrested for frivolous petty charges. Underage drinking, operating a boat while intoxicated, they would have came up with something. That way none of them had time to get together and corroborate their stories. They would have all been investigated independently, interrogated independently. Cops would have said, well, you might as well talk because the other one's snitching. The other one's already throwing you under the bus, so you might as well come forward and get the deal first. They would have threatened them with this gang of time while they're in their jail blues, eating peanut butter and bologna sandwiches out of a brown paper bag, thinking they're never going to get out. Instead, they're on a speaking tour. Who are they trying to convince? Themselves? Save that shit for the judge. Oh wait, the judge is the mom. The presumption of innocence. This is like the guarantee of innocence for them. First you say Nolan stays back with a girl. So if he stays back with a girl, then why did he not have his phone? Oh, well, they put the phones up so they don't get wet. But Nolan knew he wasn't going back on that boat. So you mean to tell me that he was staying stranded on an island off the coast of Mississippi with no phone, no communication, with no guarantee ride back? If you believe this, I have swampland for sale.
While the legal team claims their cooperation proves their innocence and is actively threatening defamation lawsuits against online accusers, the court of public opinion has already made up their mind. This interview didn't calm the storm, it made it worse. That's all for today. Let me know your thoughts. Also, watch how ADP confessed to being a PDF and still got away with it. Click the video on the screen.